Hi, my name is Bo and I'm a yoga teacher.
Hi, my name is Jeremy. I'm a social worker with West Virginia University Health Science Center.
And we are with you today to talk about balance. Specifically, how do you keep yourself balanced? And we're going to start with a breathing exercise called bear breath. Bear breath develops breath awareness by deliberately bringing your inhales and exhales into balance. Bear breath also focuses your mind and helps you to concentrate. So find a space to sit tall. Wiggle your bottom around as if you're gluing it to the ground, and then reach through the crown of your head to sit up nice and tall. For bear breath, you will inhale for a count of 3. Pause for a count of 1. And then exhale for a count of 3. This will bring your inhales and exhales into balance, meaning they'll be the same length in and the same length out. So we'll practice bear breath 5 times. 5 inhales for a count of 3, pauses for a count of 1, and exhales for a count of 3. I'll hold up my fingers for how long you should inhale. 1, 2, 3. Pause, and then exhale. 1, 2, 3. Are you ready to breathe like a balanced bear? Let's go. Breathing in through your nose or your mouth and out the same way, whatever feels good to you. Start with an inhale. Exhale. Pause. In. Out. Pause. In. Pause. Out. Pause. In again. Pause. Out. Pause one more time. In. Pause. Out. And a pause. So that's bear breath, breathing in evenly and out evenly. And counting helps you be balanced as long as you're counting the same numbers in and the same numbers out. So what is balance? How does it feel to be balanced or off balance? Balance can mean things equal in size and shape, such as maybe your hands or your feet. Maybe not everyone has the same size, shape, and hands and feet, but maybe you do. Or these blocks. They're the same size and weight. They're different colors, but they're balanced because they're the same shape. Balance is also about being steady and even. How does it feel when you're off balance? When you are not in balance? Balance could be having your weight spread equally so you do not fall. Try leaning over to one side. See if you can do that without tipping over. Now hold it for just a moment. Now sit upright again. This is being balanced when you're in the middle and your weight is even on each side. How about when you're too hot? What could you do when you're too hot or too cold? That is not in balance. If you're too hot, maybe you could eat something that is cold, such as ice cream. Or if you're too cold, maybe you could wrap up in a warm blanket until you feel yourself nice and warm again. Today, we're going to practice yoga poses to help you feel balanced in your body and your mind. we're going to start with a fun warm-up called Stop the Rock. So come on up to standing. And bring your feet to about the same width as your shoulders. It doesn't have to be even, just close enough, a little wider than how you would normally stand. Stop the Rock is a fun game. You're going to simply rock side to side, one foot to the other, trying to stay balanced. And when you hear a snap, that's when you're going to stop. Now, if you find yourself on one foot, try to hold it for a moment. If you need to put down a toe, or if you want to put down your whole foot, that's okay too. Are you ready?
I think so. Can you snap again? Okay.
Let's try Stop the Rock. Okay, start rocking side to side. You can reach your arms out long for good balance, or you can keep them at your sides or maybe your hips. And you can also move around in circles and start again. And start again. Oh, I lost my balance. And start again. And go. Ah. And go. Ah. And that was a great game. High five. So that's Stop the Rock. So it gives you an idea when you're standing with your feet on the ground, even, legs nice and straight, standing tall, you're in balance. When you're leaning from one side to the other, especially when you're moving, that's being out of balance. So today we're going to practice yoga for being in balance. And we're going to start with a nice, even balance pose, mountain. So drawing your feet parallel about as wide as your hips. Is your hips right here, so your feet are about that wide. Your arms by your side, reach your hands, fingers toward the floor. So your legs are straight, your arms are straight, and you're looking straight ahead. This is balanced. Everything is even on each side. Mountain is a good place to come back to if you feel as if you're off balance. Now we're going to step out into Star Pose. You can step one foot to one side, or you could step a little with each foot. So take your feet nice and wide and then reach arms out to your sides for star. Now this is a balanced star. Your legs are straight, your arms are straight. Now what would happen if you lifted one arm up? Are we still a balanced star?
Yes.
Jeremy says yes. What do you think? If you have one arm that isn't looking like the other arm, would that still be a balanced star?
No.
No, so how can we come back into balance, Jeremy?
We bring this one back then.
That's perfect. Now we're back to being a balanced star. From balanced star, we're going to do a little rocking, but we're not going to move too much. We're going to start moving to the right. Reach your right hand away and away and away until maybe you can start to lift your left foot off the ground just a little bit and hold it. So we can be off balance, but if our weight is equal, we can stay on one foot. And then step back down. Bring your hands by your sides and step back to mountain. It's always a good idea when you've been off balance to come back into balance again. So mountain pose is our place to come back to be balanced. And we're going to come back to star. So step one foot wide or both foot a little. Come back to a balanced star, and then when you're ready, we're going to go over to the left, reaching your left arm and hand away from you, away from you, away from you, until you can maybe pick up your right foot. You can leave your toe on the ground, that's okay too. See if you can balance your star on one foot. to stay strong. Engage your core muscles. Tighten up your tummy a little bit. Reach your tailbone for the earth. And then when you're ready, come back to a big balanced star. And again, one more time. If you have one arm raised up, is this a balanced star?
No.
No. How do we come back to balance?
You lower this arm.
There you go. So both arms are even on each side. And now we're going to come back to mountain. You can step or you can hop. If you're hopping, a little bounce with your hands on your hips and come back together. Now, balance can also mean doing the same thing on each side. So we're going to take eagle pose now, and we're going to start on one side, and then we'll go to the other side. Now, pour your weight into your left foot, and then lift up your right heel and cross your right leg over your left leg. You can bend your knees a little or a lot. And reach your arms out into a long T. Now, reach your right arm in front of you. Reach your left arm on top. And you can give yourself a shoulder hug. Or if you like, you can reach your arms up into the sky. Now, we've only done this pose on one side. We're doing eagle on one side of your body. Jeremy, are we balanced?
Not yet.
Not yet. So how do we come into balance?
We're going to do eagle on the other side.
I like it. So on your next inhale, release your eagle, let it fly away. And then we'll take it to the other side so we can be balanced. So pouring your weight into your right foot. Come to the tip of your left toes and cross that leg over. And you can bend your knees a lot or a little. Make a big T with your arms. And this time, reach your left arm in front of you, cross your right arm over the top, and you can take a nice shoulder hug because this feels really good. Or you can lift your hands either way. Stay just as you are for one big breath more. And we've done it on both sides now, so when we release our eagles, we'll be in balance. On your next inhale, let them fly away. And step back to mountain. Now we're going to come down and do some poses on the ground. So make your way to a seat. And this pose is called half staff. So stretching out your left leg, bend your right knee and bring your foot somewhere to touch on the inside of your left leg. Doesn't matter where. It can be down low or it can be up high. And with your arms by your sides, take a big inhale, reach your arms over your head, and on your exhale, start to reach your fingers for your toes, taking a little fold. This can be a small fold, it can be a big fold. Maybe your hands reach your knee. Maybe your hands reach your shin or your ankle. Maybe your hands reach your toes. Wherever your hands reach, this is half staff. Take another long breath here. And then take an inhale to lift yourself back upright and straighten out both legs. Now with one knee bent, we weren't in balance. With both legs straight, they look the same and this is balance. But now we have to take our pose to the other side. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
So keeping your right leg straight, bend your left knee and place the bottom of your foot somewhere inside your other leg. Your arms by your sides. Take a big inhale, sweep your arms up over your head and follow your exhale to start to fold forward. You can place your hands on your leg, your shin, your ankle, your foot. Maybe you can reach for your toes. Some people can touch their toes and some people maybe not today. Take another long breath in half staff pose. And on your next inhale, breathe in deeply to help lift you up to a seat. And stretch out both legs. Maybe give them a little wiggle, a little shake. And now we're going to come into bat pose. Now for bat pose, draw the bottoms of your feet together. This is a seated balance pose. You can choose to keep your feet on the floor, or if you like, you can wrap some fingers around your toes or even around your whole foot and start to lean backward and maybe lift your feet off the ground. Maybe. This is something you could try. This is a balance pose. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see a little bit different view. That's a great job, Jeremy.
Thank you.
He's a nice balanced bat.
Batman.
And when you're ready, lower your feet back to the ground. Now from here, we're going to take butterfly pose, since bottoms of your feet are together, or maybe they're just close to each other. Take your hands to your feet or your legs and give your wings a little flap. So your legs look like a butterfly. And now we're going to take a different pose. This is called Swan. So come on down to your belly. Stretch out long on the ground. Reach your arms overhead. Get a nice long stretch since you're down here. And then when you're ready, rise up onto your elbows. So bring your elbows bent just beneath your shoulders. And take a little kick with your right leg. Maybe even a couple of kicks. Now, Swan is about reaching your right hand for your right leg. So stretch your arm long in front of you. Then sweep it around to the side and see if you can attach your hand to your leg. You could maybe even grab your pants or your foot. And this is Swan Pose. And now that we've done it on the right, we have to do it on the left so we're balanced. So let go of your right foot and start to bend your left leg a little bit. Then reach your left arm out in front of you, sweep it around the side, and then you can grab your pant leg, or you could grab your leg itself or your foot or your toes and take Swan Pose on this side. How's your swan, Jeremy?
Doesn't feel very graceful.
I think it looks beautiful. And let's let go of that pose. Every swan is different, and that's okay. Now we're going to press up into bow pose. So for swan, we did the right side first and then the left side. For bow pose, we're going to do both feet, both hands. Are you ready, Jeremy?
I think so.
So reach your arms long in front of you. And then when you're ready, sweep your arms by your sides and reach for your feet or your ankles or your pants or whatever you can touch. And if you're just reaching and reaching and reaching and you don't touch anything, that's okay. You know what this pose is called, Jeremy?
What's that?
This is called parachute. So if you don't reach anything, you're still doing a great pose. And let it go. Make a little pillow with your hands and rest your cheek on your hands and take a nice long breath. Now we're going to come up to table. So put your hands down on the ground right underneath your shoulders. On your inhale, press into your hands and lift your hips for table pose. Then walk your knees towards your hands, cross your ankles, and sit on your bottom. Now we're going to take Pretzel Pose. So come into any kind of a comfortable seat, crossing your legs. So you can put one leg on top, or you can have both feet on the bottom. And you can always sit on a block. Would you like a block?
Sure, thank you.
Jeremy likes to sit on a block. It makes it more comfortable to him to sit with his legs crossed. Now, if crossing your legs is simply not for you, you can always keep your feet together just like this. So Pretzel Pose is a twist. You ready to twist?
I'm ready to twist.
All right, reach your arms high above your head. On your exhale, twist over to the right. And you can reach your left hand for your right leg and maybe put your right hand just behind your back. And take one breath more here. On an inhale, reach your arms up high and untwist your pretzel. And now we're going to twist in the other direction. Big inhale, take an exhale, twist over to the left. Maybe reach your right hand outside of your left knee. And take one more breath in your pretzel twist. Then on an inhale, reach your arms high above your head, untwist your pretzel, and come to lying down on your back. It's time for restoration. Stretch out long, bringing your mountain down to the floor. Stretch your legs long. Reach your arms long by your sides. Feel your whole body balanced equally on the ground below you. Rest here in mountain pose, balanced and even. Thank you for practicing yoga for balance today, and a special thanks to Jeremy for joining us.